has 8 other Jeeps.
Woohoo! Yeah, and where do we go from here? Have you got tissues?
No. We've come to a difficult and worrying,
Confusing.
decision to make about Bruce.
Yeah, and where do we go from here? Not quite sure, are we?
No.
Let's just wind it back maybe 3 years.
September 2020, we brought Bruce.
Yeah, we were on the Gold Coast in our apartment. I think it was one Thursday afternoon. And I said to Mr. B, I think we need to get out a little bit more, have some adventure.
Yep.
And what did you say? What did we have to get?
Actually a Jeep.
And I just went, you got to be bloody kidding. I don't want a Jeep. I hate Jeeps. And yeah, there's no way we're getting a Jeep. So I think that day I knew that I wasn't going to win the battle. So I put myself on a Facebook page about Jeeps, and guess what? Within, I reckon, 4 weeks,
Yep.
we had Bruce. He doesn't look anything like he did when we bought him.
Nope.
That was you. You just wanted to put on all these mods.
Hang on. Let's go back. I went to work one day
Oh, yeah.
and come home and you put a shark grill on Bruce.
Yeah, that was the beginning of Bruce too, by the way. We have had a complete journey of the last 3 years. We've met some amazing people.
Friends.
Yep. We've been some amazing places.
Our Australian trip so far with Bruce, we have travelled
How many Ks have we done?
35,400
Wow.
roughly kilometres with Bruce.
Yeah. And that's been in the last, and I'm going to say give or take 9 months. I'm going to get a bit emotional. Have you got tissues?
No.
I'm getting sad already.
Anyhow, so he's done us well. We've had our ups and downs.
Yeah. We've been broken on the side of the road. We've had Jeep noises, and anyone that's got a Jeep, and yeah, I'm sure there's a few of you watching.
Do you want the noise? This is the noise. This is the noise your Jeep makes when it has an error.
Oh! And that's about what I do, and then Mr. B and I go like this.
No, I hold my bated breath before I look down at the screen.
Yeah.
And then if it's a petrol light, it's like a
Yeah.
If
That
it's
doesn't happen very often.
no, but if it's a check engine light, wait for it. You wait 5 seconds for the traction control light,
Yeah.
and then you go into limp mode, and you have about 1800 revs, and your speed decreases to about 10k up a hill.
Yeah, so we don't really go too fast when that happens, does it?
No, it's okay coming down a hill.
Yeah. And you may be asking, how many times has that happened? I don't think I've got enough fingers.
The cam sensor thing is very touchy, I suppose.
Sporadic. It's
We
very
had
sporadic.
a couple of good days of not a single problem.
Yeah.
We're heading back to Canberra because the parts had come.
Woohoo! The parts are here. Let's
Yep.
go back to Canberra.
Yep, so
And then we'll be all sorted.
I couldn't even turn the Jeep on without the traction, the in-check engine light and traction control coming on. It didn't matter. It hadn't even moved. Just turned it on, straight up.
And you know what? Then this happened. I've got to say, the best $330 we've spent was with the Ultimate Care with RACQ. Because you know what? That did not cost us a single cent. What happened with the tow truck? The tow truck guy, they were fully booked out in Jindabyne. They pretty much said that we could set up camp where we were, which was in the industrial estate, or what were we going to do? So I'm like, nah, we're not going to set up here. We'd literally had enough. We'd had enough of absolutely everything. So I insisted that a tow truck just get here. Old matey from Yass. Was it from Yass?
Yes, yep.
Yep, Yass, which is, you can tell them, how far was it from where we were? About 3 hours?
Yeah, just under 3 hours. Well, yeah, around 3 hours in the truck that he was in.
Yep.
So he left Yass, drove all the way down to Jindabyne.
Yep.
Got there. It was just getting on dark when he got there.
Loaded us up.
So he put Bruce on the back, the caravan on, he towed the caravan, and then
Off we went.
or we'd already booked accommodation back in Canberra to Caravan Park.
Yeah.
So he got us all the way back there. But the thing was, because he's a big truck, he couldn't get into the caravan park. So we had to put the camper
Yeah.
on the back of Bruce,
Which
even though
wasn't-
he had an error code. And we'd already spoken to Ash, and he said it's not a problem to drive him a little bit, but just don't be driving him around with that.
Yeah.
So we managed to get the caravan in.
Set up.
Yep, parts came, and then we went seen Ash again,
Yeah.
and he put a brand new connector and cam sensor in,
And off we went.
and off we went.
Yeah. So if you have been following along, we've done some really cool adventures. So we sort of changed it up a little bit from where we were going to go to where we went. And that was sort of due to, I guess, probably keeping us on the highway just in case we had issues,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
just in case.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll speed it on a little bit. From there, we had no problems whatsoever. So, as again, if you have been following, we went out to Long Jetty, we did Phillip Island, and then we did a quick trip out to the Barossa and visited family in South Australia. And then we legged it straight back to Geelong. We had a bit going on in Geelong, didn't we?
Yeah, but for another
Yeah. You're going to have to stay tuned for that one.
episode.
But then we jumped on the Spirit, which takes us to being here in Tasmania.
Yes.
Have we had any problems in Tasmania?
No.
No, we haven't. So, where are we getting to the end of all this, as soon as you've been watching for so long? And what are we going to do from here? We've had heated discussions. I've had a lot of tears. Mr. B hasn't. He's just like, just a bloody car.
Yeah, we've come to the decision that we need to sell Bruce.
Yeah. Bruce. We've got to sell Bruce.
We need a bigger vehicle.
Yeah. Why do we need a bigger vehicle? Why can't we just keep Bruce?
Well, there's some stuff going on. Some good stuff, some bad stuff,
Yeah.
some stuff in between.
We want something that we can make ours again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to build it up to how we want it and to the features that we want on it.
Yeah, but we're not going to go to the same extreme that we did with Bruce.
No. So,
He has had a lot of work and a lot of money put into him.
yeah, a lot.
One thing I do need to say, I'm not selling Bruce to someone who is not a Jeep enthusiast.
Yeah, I just could not
So
do that at all.
someone who's going to use him as a daily runner to go pick the milk up from the shop and the newspaper.
No.
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 So we want Bruce to go to someone who's going to use Bruce
Yeah.
as Bruce was designed.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's going to be hard to find that person.
Yeah. But we're willing to wait.
And no, the next vehicle we get is not going to be Bruce 2 because that comes with connotations that
Yeah.
when Bruce plays up, he's Brucetta.
That's it. And I feel like all the people that are watching that know my craziness, how's the story about Bruce 2? Because at first, people thought that I was talking about Mr. B and Mr. B was Bruce. And I'd be like, nah, I'm talking about the Jeep. The Jeep's Bruce, wasn't
No,
it?
they used to say, why do you talk about your husband like that? Like, you're so mean and stuff. And then she's like, no, I'm talking about the Jeep.
We've got work to do. And
Yep.
we're going to take you along the crazy ride with us. And let's see what we get.
If we get a Jeep, so be it. But talking to a lot of people, they're like, you get a Jeep and you get stuck in the middle of the outback, and they go, Jeep, don't know,
Yeah.
can't help.
Yeah, and that has happened to us as well. I know we just sort of didn't touch on that, but that did happen to us a couple of times in the outback. I know that all the Jeepers out there are going to be going, oh, it can happen to any vehicle. What are they banging on about? Yeah, it can happen to any vehicle. But the thing is, it has happened to us in the outback, and we were stuck. And we were stuck waiting because no one wanted to look at the Jeep because they were like, nah, we don't know Jeeps. We don't have parts, and we were stuck. So what are we going to buy? We're not sure. We're still deciding.
We want a car that's going to be reliable in towing as well.
Yeah.
So Bruce doesn't have the biggest towing payload capacity.
No. And what happens if, like, who knows? Maybe we might get a bigger van. Is that a thing? Don't know.
So we, like Man said, we've looked and tossed and turned, and we're trying to find something that's going to be around the 3.5 ton.
Yeah, I think so.
As well. So
all right, let's go and have a look, see what's out there. We have already looked, as Mr. B said, but we're going to go out there and have another look and see what we end up maybe putting on a short list. What do you reckon? Do you want to do that?
So today we added a new member to the family. Unfortunately, the old member wasn't being reliable enough.
Well, he was.
Well, we have big things in the future planned.
Yeah.
So we needed to get this.
What do you reckon? It's unbreakable.
So it's a Hilux Rogue. It's the next notch up from the SR5. So
guess what? Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
So like Amanda said, with all the ventures we're doing, and we're full-time travellers, we're finding it that it's exceptionally hard when we're on the road if you have a Jeep issue.
Yeah.
Because most mechanics will look at you and go, a Jeep?
It's a Jeep.
And we even know a couple of mechanics that work on old Jeeps but know nothing about the new Jeeps.
And just in case, hang on, I've got to say, just in case you haven't heard Dave ever say this, or you actually just new to our channel, Dave can kill you 1,000 ways with a butter knife or a spoon. But unfortunately, baby, he's not very good under the bonnet with the Jeep.
So saying that, you'll find that 90% of mechanics are used to doing Holden, Ford, Toyota. So that's their bread and butter. So we've just decided, for reliability and for ease of parts, if we need to,
and maybe something else happening.
Yep. We've decided to go this way. It's not that we hate the Jeep.
We love the Jeep. And you know what? Without Bruce, we wouldn't be standing here today, because we wouldn't have decided to hit the road, have adventures with what we already had. And even I hated Jeeps to start with, and I absolutely love Bruce. You're probably thinking as well, why did they buy a car in Tasmania? Because we've got to say, we got such a good deal, we could not refuse. So we tossed it up. We were like, what are we going to do? Do we get a car here? We didn't actually even come here with the intentions of getting a car, but you know what? The deal we got on this was too good to pass up. So reason why we have the Toyota. When you get a Toyota, it's sort of like a Jeep thing, but when you got a Toyota, you got to do this. You know, it's like, oh, what a feeling, Toyota. And you're probably wondering, are they gone crazy? Because like, we're at Mazda, but you know what? Toyota's just here. Toyota's just there. So we're not completely crazy. And there's Bruce. There's Bruce. But anyway, What do you think? And guess what? I'm driving.
We have found a buyer for Bruce. Like we said, he's going to a guy who already has 8 other Jeeps.
Woohoo!
We know what he's planning.
Yeah.
But we've asked him to send some pics once he's done it, and then we will post them up to show you what Bruce looks like. Probably won't be Bruce anymore.
No.
Looks like
Bruce.
post. His
Bruce,
mods.
Yeah.
His mods.
Bruce is going to be next level.
Yeah.
We are so excited with our new rig.
Yeah. We're not going to go crazily with the new mods that we put on. Dual battery system for the fridge.
Check.
New stereo.
Check.
Amanda wants a 2-inch lift.
Yeah. Some big new shoes.
Yep. Some new tyres. And a bumper.
Yeah.
And I want to add a winch, but Man's not 100% sure on that. But I just want to be capable. Anyhow, so yeah, a bumper. We've looked at a fair few. There's some nice ones out there. So
exactly. But if actually, I'm gonna chuck in this one, because you know what? If you're watching and you've got some ideas of front bumpers that might look good on our new rig, pop them below.
Yep. We're going to do a walkthrough of our rig. It is the Hilux Rogue. So it's the black limited edition.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Everything's black.
We've absolutely loved our little test adventures.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're going to have to stay tuned for our upcoming adventures now with the new vehicle.
Yep. I will say one thing. I feel a bit spoilt that I just push a button and the vehicle starts.
Yeah. I'm pretty upset about Bruce.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's going to a good home.
He is.
As far as we can determine. And I think he's going to wheel more than what he's wheeled in his life.
Yeah, so cool. So cool. So I guess that was one big thing that I really missed, was being able to wheel, because when you travel full time, you can't break things. So, but anyway, we're going to end the episode. I'm a bit upset now, so you have to finish the episode.
Okay, so that's the end of our little adventure with the selling and buying of the car.
Oh, actually, sorry to interrupt. There's one quick thing I didn't say, or we didn't say. The reason for our name change. So, again, if you're new to maybe watching this episode and then you go back and watch some of our other episodes, clearly now you know that we had the Jeep and now we've got the Hilux. And we had Jeep's Adventures, but now we're Good Different. And we are good different because we've gone different, and it's all for the good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the reason, with all of that in the background. So just in case you were wondering, yes, we were Jeep's Adventures, but now we're Good Different.
Okay. But like I always say, go on adventures, have fun. Number one thing, be safe.
And we'll see you next week.
Okay. Till next time, guys.